Once upon a time, there was a lovely young lady who had long golden curls and a pretty little mouth, reminding people of a pink butterfly. She lived in London, and her father was a very fine lawyer.
I think I know.
You don't know any such thing. Go on, Wendy. Tell us more.
Well, one day, an invitation came to the lady's house.
Was it to a party?
It was to a fancy dress ball, I think.
You were both right, of course, because a fancy dress ball is a party.
Dad, you see?
A party could have just meant a silly birthday party for a child.
Stop arguing, or Mother will come in, and that'll be the end of the story.
We'll all be jealous,
Michael.
Well, it will.
Oh, get on with it, Wendy. Did the beautiful young lady go to the ball?
She did, and she danced every dance, and all the men adored her. 3 men asked to escort her home. A judge, a member of parliament, and a young actor who was appearing in a new play.
Which did you choose?
She didn't choose any of them.
And who escorted her home?
While the judge, parliament member, and actor were arguing over who was going to take the lovely lady home, a young banker by the name of George Darling held a handsome carriage and slipped in beside her. By the time they had gotten to her house, they had fallen madly in love.
Did they get married?
Of course they did.
And they had 3 lovely children. The oldest was named Wendy.
And then came John.
And last but not least, Michael.
We can't forget Nana.
Our dear sweetness.
Someone's coming.
Nana, are you still awake? Under all your charges sleeping quietly? I thought I heard voices.
Oh!
Shh, you mustn't wake the children. We had a very busy day today and were terribly wound up after dinner. I was afraid they weren't going to sleep at all. And what's this? Do you know this young man?
Oh!
Says the boy who never grew up. He looks vaguely familiar.
That's because he said he's met her before.
Wendy, are you still awake?
So are we.
Blabbermouth. Now we'll have cold porridge for breakfast.
You'll have no such thing, but do tell me who this is.
His name is Peter Pan.
Peter Pan?
And he lives in Neverland.
Where there are Indians and
They
pirates.
fight all the time and have the most wonderful battles.
Wendy, what have you been telling your brothers? A little imagination goes a long way with young boys.
But I'm not making it up, Mother.
Peter stops by every so often.
Have you seen him?
Well, no. But Wendy has.
Haven't you, Wendy?
Of course. He drops by every now and then just to check on us. Well, he wants us to go and play, but I tell him no.
And how does this Peter Pan get in? He doesn't use the front door like a proper young man.
He flies through the window.
Oh, I see. Why haven't we been told about an intruder?
Because I thought you wouldn't believe me.
A few too many sweets tonight, I'm afraid.
But he's real, isn't he, Wendy?
He's as real as any of us.
And someday I'm going to go to battle with him.
Don't forget me. I can wield a bigger sword than you.
You'll have to leave the battles till morning. Right now, snuggle under your covers and close your eyes. That's right, my babies. Close your eyes and sleep. And Peter Pan, the boy who never grew up, I hope you're safely tucked in where your mother can keep an eye on you. Whatever is that?
That's not a whatever, that's a who.
Oh, how did you get up here?
I flew, of course. I mean, wouldn't you? You're 3 stories up.
Oh dear, I must have had too many sweets.
Tink says you better sit down. You look a bit pale.
And who is Tink?
Tinkerbell, my faithful little companion. And I like you too, Tink.
Just what is it you want, young man?
I'm no man, young or old. Just a boy. See? I've got all my first teeth, and I shall be a boy forever and ever.
A boy who never grew up.
No, Tink! Down, girl, down! Or I'll shoot an arrow right into your heart.
You wouldn't dare.
And why wouldn't I?
Nana wouldn't hurt a fly. Down, Nana, down.
Hey, did you see that? She took my shadow. Give it back.
You must be on your way, young
I want my shadow. I'll be back for it. I will.
No, boy, you'll fall.
Mother, why was Nana barking?
Oh, why, a bird lost its way and flew in through the window.
Was it a beautiful bird?
Yes, yes, a very beautiful bird. But it's gone now, so go back to sleep.
Stop, Nana. That tickles. But,
I'm too big for all that. Nana knows I wash behind my ears.
Oh, you should see Mother and Father. They look like they belong on top of a wedding cake.
I wish I could go to a party.
You wouldn't like it at all, you silly goose. It'll be all good evening. And how are you tonight, Lady Carmichael?
Why, Lord Ashbury, I'm flattered you remember my name. I am very well indeed.
Looks like David Parrish is here to take over for you tonight, Mr. Darling.
Oh, they're welcome to it. I don't really want to go.
Why not, Mother?
Just a funny feeling I have. I'm not sure why, but I would feel better staying home. But it's for Father's business, and that comes first.
Don't you worry. Me and Nana will see to the children.
Oh, I know that.
And we aren't going anywhere.
Except to bed.
We won't even go to fight pirates or Indians.
Oh, gracious. No, we wouldn't want that.
Mother, the car is waiting.
I must say goodnight, my darlings.
We are that indeed, Mrs. Darling.
Wendy, take care of your brothers.
Of course I shall.
And John, keep an eye out for Michael.
Must I?
Yes. And Michael, obey your sister.
I won't, of course.
Oh! Then you'll have Nana to answer to.
Mother, we can't be late.
Good night, my darlings.
Remember what everyone is wearing so you can tell me tomorrow.
And I want to know everything you have to eat.
I've got to finish in the kitchen, so you're in charge, Nana.
Oh!
We don't have to go to sleep right away, do we?
Well, I'm not sure.
It's just dark. You have time to tell us a story.
Tell us of pirates.
But pirates are so wicked.
That's why I like them.
They tie your hands behind your back and make you walk the plank. You drop into the sea, and sharks come and have you for supper.
Do they really do that, Wendy?
They really do. And sometimes they'll tie you to a cannonball and then stuff you down the cannon. And then they'll blast you through the sky.
Never seen a pirate do that.
Who's that?
You'll make me mad!
Hush, you big ball of fur.
Just what's going on here, Nana. Everything looks normal as can be. Now shush or you're going out into the doghouse.
Did you see him?
See who? I didn't see anyone.
Just me?
You don't really want to be stuck in the doghouse, do you?
There's no one out there, not a soul.
I warned you good and proper, and I know the children are safe in their own beds. Come along, you big brute.
Well, that's a fine how do you do.
And how do you do too?
Who are you?
Just me, Peter Pan.
Just I do.
I? Me? Who might you be?
My name is Wendy Moira Angela Darling.
Well, la-di-da.
Come tonight, just walk the plank.
I'm no pirate, but I've got a few pirates who are my best enemies.
Where do you live, Peter Pan?
Second star to the right and straight on till morning.
That's a silly address. How would you get your letters?
Don't get any letters.
But your mother must get letters.
Don't got a mother. Never had one. And don't need one.
Who tucks you in at that?
Me, myself, and I.
Who gives you porridge in the morning?
Me, myself, and I.
Who makes you take your medicine when you're sick?
Me, myself, and I.
May I ask you something, Peter Pan?
You certainly are full of questions.
What are you looking for?
My shadow.
What would it be doing here without you?
That bear you keep in here? Tore it off the other night.
Nana's not a bear.
She's just a very big dog.
I don't care if she's a hippopotamus with 3 eyes. I want my shadow back.
I have the foggiest idea as to where your shadow could be.
Who's that?
Tinkerbell, a very beautiful fairy, but so tiny only I can see her. Do you know where my shadow is, Tink? You do? Of course you do. In there?
Is this it? Yes, I do think that would do quite nicely. I can sew it back on for you.
I should like that very much.
I dare say this might hurt a bit.
I won't cry. Peter Pan never cries.
I say, you are brave.
Especially for someone so young.
How young are you, Peter Pan?
I will say, I am young, but I don't know how young. You see, I ran away the day I was born.
How exciting.
Why would you do that?
I heard my father telling my mother what I will become when I grow up to be a man. But I don't want to grow up to become a man. I don't want to grow up, period. So I ran away to Kensington Gardens, where I met Tinkerbell and the other fairies.
Where do fairies come from?
You won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart and hope to die.
Okay, I'll tell you. When the first baby laughed, its laugh broke into 1,000 pieces, and they went all skipping about. That was the beginning of fairies.
Do you still live with them in Kensington Gardens?
Only sometimes. Most of the time, I live with the Lost Boys in Neverland.
Who are they?
The children who fall out of their baby carriages when their nanny is looking the other way. If they aren't claimed in 7 days, they are sent to Neverland to defray the cost of keeping them.
Neverland?
But sometimes they get tiresome.
Why?
They want me to tell them stories, but I don't know any stories. We don't have anyone who can tell any stories to us.
Lenny can tell stories.
See if that suits you, Peter.
It's better than before. You certainly are a very handy person to have about, Wendy.
Well, thank you, Peter Pan, but I believe it's time you went back to Neverland to your lost boys, and these two went to bed.
Can you really tell stories?
Oh, the most wonderful stories. Stories of the sultans of Arabia or the pharaohs of Egypt.
And Cinderella and Snow White.
No, Tink, those don't sound stupid. They sound amazing.
Does Tinkerbell not like stories?
She says she only hates stories you tell.
That's not fair. They are wonderful stories, really.
Then come with me to Neverland and tell stories to the Lost Boys.
But what about John and Michael?
They can come too.
Can we go, Wendy?
Will we meet pirates and Indians?
Of course.
There won't be any nasty fighting, though, will there?
No, Tink, there won't be any nasty fighting. There's never any fighting in Neverland.
Well, in that case.
Well, maybe a little.
Then I'll go.
But what about Mother and Father?
You can come back whenever you like. Please, Wendy, come with me to Neverland. You can mend our socks and teach us stories.
I guess I'd better bring my sewing kit then.
How do we get to Neverland?
You fly, of course. Tink sprinkled them with fairy dust. If you don't do as I say, I will put your house on the pirate ship.
It's wonderful.
I feel so light.
Well, we're 3 stories up.
Don't worry, think happy thoughts and you'll fly like a bird.
I'll think of a beautiful dress and a handsome carriage.
I'm thinking of my birthday and cake and presents.
I'm thinking of...
Hurry, Michael. You won't know the way if you don't hurry.
I'm thinking of Christmas, candy, and candles.
Can't you be quiet? The twins make noise even in their sleep. You know that, Toodles?
You didn't have to stop so sudden. We were watching for pirates behind us.
That's all well and good, but if they're hiding, they sure know we're here now.
Oh, I wish Peter would get home. Where could he have gone to?
He'll be back. He said he had important business to attend to.
But what if the pirates attack?
We'll fight him to the death, right?
Till our last breath.
I'll take on 2. No, 3 at a time. And Noah can live after being hit with this.
Oh no! What was that?
Pirates! So where be the youngins, sauce me?
Well now, I did see them, and I smell them. Aye, they be near here someplace. Hiding behind bush or branch.
And what do we do if we find them?
Well now, I suspect we'll leave that up to the captain. He'll string them up to the yard arm. Maybe draw and quarter them. Aye, that hurts darkly.
You hear something?
Well now, I do think... They're here all right. Come out, wherever you be.
We got a nice big surprise for the likes of you youngins.
Well now, did you hear that?
Get him, boys!
The youngins behind him!
What are you doing, you scrawny brat?
Captain Hook, he's over here! We got him!
And if you don't get your hands over me this instant, I'll boil your dinner for my supper!
Well now, if it isn't Captain Hook.
Yes, it is Captain Hook. And just what are you brats up to?
The Lost Boys be about here someplace.
We thought you might be one of them.
Do I, Captain James Bartholomew Hook, pirate extraordinaire, look like I am lost?
Look, Captain, I wasn't quite sure if you were lost, boy.
Sir, the Lost Boys are close by. My nose hairs be twitching. They always be twitching when the Lost Boys is near.
And Peter Pan must be nearby as well. Perhaps this would be a good place to lay an ambush, and I could be rid of that ratty little Horst once and for all. But wait, What?
It's the Indians, sir. They sound like they're on the warpath.
Well now, maybe they're looking for the Lost Boys too.
They be looking for us! Aye, we stole some of their blankets.
What did you do that for?
Well, sir, the nights be getting cold, and our pokies be freezing.
We stand and fight. Don't make easy prey for us.
Captain Hook, what's wrong?
Oh dear, it's a crocodile.
Oh
He sure puts in a lot of effort following you, Hook.
no! Oh, my hand was so tasty. He's worn the rest of me ever since.
Good thing he swallowed that clock. At least it gives you a warning.
What do we do, Captain?
Treat! That's right!
Well, we better run for two! Oh well now, I don't think he's interested in anything like the captain.
What's the matter, you croc? We aren't good enough for you.
I take that as a real insult.
See now, what's this?
Indians!
Almost real shy, great little panther.
Almost on the count of horses, Shadow Chipmunk.
We can catch them, Father.
Princess Tyrone is right.
We can capture the pirates once and for all.
And stake them in the hot sun.
Well, they'll dry up like animal hides.
Then we can cover our teepees with that.
A noble idea, but we must be careful.
The Lost Boys are around here someplace.
They might attack at any moment.
That was close.
They're itching for a fight.
Hope they didn't hear my teeth chattering.
Or my knees knocking.
Oh gosh, we're safe now. They've gone a long ways around the island. We can sit back and relax. But still, it's much safer when Peter is here.
Well, he's not. So there.
There what?
Just so there. Look there.
It's Tinkerbell.
Where's Peter, Tink? He's being chased by a huge bird.
You're to shoot down the bird, Toodles.
But Peter doesn't like to shoot down anything.
She says you'd better do it, or Peter will be very, very angry.
Look, there's a bird.
That doesn't look like a bird. Why, that looks like...
A lady!
Come on, let's see what it is.
It is a lady.
Tink told me to shoot.
She said it was a bird.
She's the prettiest bird I've ever seen. I wonder where she's from.
Someplace wonderful. Greetings, boys. I'm back. Why aren't you cheering? Great news. I brought a mother for your hall. Haven't you seen her? She's flying this way.
We saw her, Peter.
And Tink said, she said, I was the shooter, so I did. Tinkerbell! Tinkerbell! What's the meaning of this? You know Toodles is the best with a bow and arrow. Now look at Wendy! You wake her up this instant. Now, Tink.
Oh, wait a minute. We thought you were a goner.
What's happened?
He shot me down.
And I'm very, very sorry, ma'am.
Well, I don't think I'm none the worse for wear. No, nothing broken or bruised.
Are you really going to be our mother?
Well, I'm not sure.
Can you make a cake?
Of course she can. Chocolate, 4 layers tall. Can you tell us stories?
The most wonderful stories from faraway places. Can you sew up the holes in my stockings?
I brought my sewing kit.
Can you
Yes?
tuck us in at night?
I would love to.
Yes.
I guess that means I am your mother.
And we'll show you our cave.
We live in a cave? Really?
Safest place from the pirates and Indians?
Smashing! There are really pirates and Indians?
They fought to the death right here not 10 minutes ago.
Are you coming, Peter?
I'll be along, Wendy. I wouldn't want to miss a story.
Will I get a sword?
Only the tallest get swords.
What about me? What about me?
How about a dagger? Nice and sharp.
I should like that very, very.
Tinkerbell, Tinkerbell. That wasn't a very nice thing to do. Wendy is too a very nice girl. Of course I don't like her more than you. Unless you do something like that again, I won't like you at all if you do something like that again. And don't sit there pouting. Pouting's for babies.
All right, for today's lesson,
I thought we were going to have a picnic.
You said that's why we're coming to the lagoon.
well, I have the picnic right here.
Oh good, I'm so hungry.
Did you make sandwiches like last night and the night before?
They were so delicious. And my stomach is growling so much, I can't hear myself think.
But we must finish our lessons before we have fun.
I don't think I like lessons.
Don't be silly, John. You've always loved school.
Have we gone to school?
Of course, a real school with desks in a row and a proper blackboard, and a teacher who carried a ruler.
Funny, I can't remember.
I don't see how you could possibly forget already. All right, question number 1. What was the color of your mother's eyes?
Oh, what if we don't know the answer?
Then just put a check mark in its place and move on to the next question. Question number 2. What did your mother sing to you before you went to bed? Question number 3. What did your father say when he couldn't tie his own tie? Let me see what all of you have so far. They're all check marks. Oh, even you, John. You haven't answered a single question.
I can't remember.
Can we have something to eat? I'm starving.
All right, go take your picnic over there on the hill.
Hey, that's not fair. I should carry it.
Why should you?
Because Wendy's mine. Well, she's something to me.
You're just saying that, John.
You're a lost boy, just like the rest of us.
Aren't you hungry, Peter?
I think you make a fine mother, Wendy. All the Lost Boys have taken to you.
And what about you?
I think you make a fine picnic lunch.
Is that all?
What else would there be?
Don't you want a mother as well?
No. All they do is keep me from having fun. I like to get up when I want, go to sleep when I want, eat what I want, and laugh as loud as I like.
But don't you ever miss...
No! I never miss any of it. So there. I think I'll fly up to that cloud and see how many birds I can pick on. They're terrified of me, you know. Oh, look who it is! Tink! What have you been up to? A great fight.
Who's had a great fight?
The pirates and Indians. And who won, Tink? The pirates? Well, I wouldn't have guessed. Yes, it's a picnic lunch. Help yourself. I think I'll fly off the Black Rain Mountain to help Great Big Little Panther set up his teepee.
Peter, look there!
Pirates!
Well now, come this way, my dear.
What will you do with me?
Well now, we're just gonna have to tie you to this rock.
There you'll wait till the tide comes in. The water's gonna get higher and higher and higher.
You want me to drown?
Well now, that's Captain Hook's idea, my dear, not ours.
You can let me go if you want. My father will be most grateful.
He will he?
He'll give you anything you ask for.
That's so.
Well now, that's a very tempting offer, but I'm afraid Captain Hook wouldn't like us anymore if we let you go. And if he doesn't like us, he'll hunt us down until he finds us, and then we'll walk the plank.
Aye, it's just as he says.
Peter, we must help Tiger Lily.
Ahoy there, you lovers!
Captain, is that you?
Starkey!
Aye, Captain.
What are you doing?
We're tying the princess to the rock like you ordered, sir.
Set her free.
Free?
Cut those ropes and let her go.
But, Captain!
At once, do you hear? Or I'll plunge my hook into you.
Better run off, ma'am. No hard feelings.
Peter, control yourself.
Don't I impersonate that fool beautifully? I've been practicing for just such an occasion as this lost in pan, you've been past it! And, oh.
It's me, you fool!
I'm sorry, Captain. I was only
I couldn't care less what you meant to do, you bloody blood. And where is the princess? The tide is about to come in.
We set her free like you told us, sir.
Fools, you ingrates! You landlubbers!
Well now, he sighs.
He sighs again.
The game is up. Haven't you noticed? The boy's hat is cold. He has no more holes in his socks. They say, yes ma'am, and no thank you.
What does it mean?
They have found a mother.
What's a mother?
Oh, you don't want to know. It's a lovely creature who melts your heart to just doing what she wants you to do.
What does she want you to do?
Oh, study your lessons, eat your peas, clean your room, and worst of all, be polite.
Well now, that's terrible.
There'll be no more fun in Neverland, no more fight because they'll get their pants started, no more yelling because they'll wake the baby bloods, and no more fun because Mother says so.
You can't let that happen.
What can I do?
Well now, I'm sure a person of your cruel, rotten disposition can think of something diabolical.
Oh, please, stop flattering me, even if you are right.
Captain?
Quiet, stop, I'm thinking.
Captain, I don't think you realize...
What I realize is you better do something useful for once, and let me think.
But Captain, you might die.
I've got it. All we have to do is get rid of the mother, and then we get rid of Peter Pan. And we'll have it all to ourselves. Well, I'm granting myself, even if you don't.
Captain, I think it's best if we start running.
Run? What for? Are you fools? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
We tried to, Captain.
Prince walked ever so slowly toward the crystal coffin that sat in the middle of the forest. The 7 dwarves kneeling around the coffin, the heads bowed and the hands folded in prayer.
Snow White can't really be dead.
Look at that. Turtle's a big baby. He's crying.
Don't worry, it will turn out all right.
Shh, we'll spoil it.
Go on, Wendy. What happens next?
I'll bet the prince kisses her, and she wakes up, and they ride off into the sunset as happy as 2 pirates with a pint.
Oh, Pans, you spoiled it.
Is that really what happened?
I hope so. I don't want Snow White to stay dead forever.
Well, that's exactly what happens. You must have heard this story before, Pans.
You would have told me. We don't have a mother.
Except for you, Wendy.
Well, since Pam ruined the story, tell us another one.
How about an adventure instead? We haven't had a good fight in over an hour. I'm sure the pirates are itching for some swordplay.
No, Peter. Another story, Wendy. Please, we like your story so much.
I don't know, Tink. They're all going lazy, I think. I know you'll go with me, but it's more fun with everyone.
I'm too tired.
The fish pie for lunch was so good. I still can't move.
You're such a good cook, Wendy.
Go stay with us always, won't you?
That's a very, very long time, Nibs.
But it feels like we've always been here.
How about this? I'll tell you one more story before you must go out to play. Does that suit you, Peter?
As long as it's a short one.
Very well. Once, there was a young gentleman.
I'd rather he be a little boy.
Or better, a white rat.
Quiet. And there was also a young lady.
But she's not dead, is she?
Oh no, she's alive, very much so. Now, the gentleman's name was Mr. Darling, and the lady's name was Mrs. Darling. And can you guess what they had?
White rats?
Of course not. They had 3 descendants.
What's a descendant?
Children, of course. So they had 3 children?
They did. They lived in a large house with a splendid nursery with a large window that opened at night so that the moonlight could come in.
Are they there now?
Oh no, they flew away one night.
That's silly. Children can't fly.
But they did. They flew away and landed on a wonderful island and had many adventures with pirates and Indians and all sorts of creatures in the forest. But one day they began to miss their mother and father.
Do I have a mother and a father?
Of course not. That's why you're a lost boy.
What happened to the children, Wendy?
Well, they decided that they wanted to fly back to the nursery.
But what if the windows closed and locked?
That would be awful.
They wouldn't be able to get in.
But the oldest, who was the girl, knew in her heart that Their mother would leave the window open because she knew they would come back one day.
That was a splendid story, Wendy. I wonder if there's a window open waiting for me.
Stuff and nonsense.
What is it, Peter? You look terribly ill.
You're wrong about mothers, Wendy. Like you, I thought that my mother would leave a window open. So I flew away and stayed away for moons and moons and moons. But when I finally flew back, the window was closed and locked. And there was another little boy sleeping in my bed.
Are you sure mothers are like that?
Cross my heart and hope to die.
Wendy, let's go home.
I want to go home too.
Of course we shall.
Not tonight.
But Peter, we must. Mother, I'm sure, thinks we're never coming back by now. Will you please make the necessary arrangements?
If you wish. What are you so happy about? Oh, stop it.
But you can't go, Wendy.
It'll be so much worse than before you came, now that we know what it's like to have a mother.
Please don't leave us.
Who will tell us stories? Who will cook us fish pies?
I have an idea. Come quick.
We ought to wash our faces and hands before we leave.
Are you sure the window will still be open for us?
I don't have to wash behind my ears, do I? I think that's a very good idea, Toodles. What's Peter going to say?
Oh, be quiet, Teague. It's none of your business.
Just because you hate Wendy doesn't mean we all have to.
She's the only mother we've ever had.
There now. You both look splendid.
3, 2, 1!
Hey, what are you doing?
Let me go! Let me go!
This is quite a problem.
Now what's going on here, men?
We aren't going to let Wendy leave. We would miss her stories too much.
And our socks would never get mended.
And we never have another fish pie.
I know you want to get them back home, Tink. And the Indians are ready to lead them to the shore, but I guess my men have other ideas. You can't go, Wendy. Please don't.
But I can't stay tied up this way. How would I mend your socks or bake a fish pie in this state?
I have an idea. Let's take them with us.
That would be great fun.
You're right, John. I'm sure we could find a mother and father to adopt you.
You don't need them.
But it would be nice to have someone to tuck us in at night.
And leave the window open for us. What do you say, boys?
Yeah!
All right, go with them and find a mother and father. But don't come crawling back to me when you want an adventure or two.
Peter, before we leave, I want you to take your medicine.
I don't have to do what you say. You're not my mother.
Very well. I'll leave it here on the table. Say goodbye, children.
Bye.
I shall miss you, Peter.
Oh, great big little panther, look!
Detour? Why a detour?
This only path leading to the shore.
And look, the arrow points up.
This is most curious.
Why have we stopped?
Look!
Tink says she thinks it's a trap.
Who would set trap?
Peter wasn't there.
But he didn't want us to leave.
What about Hook?
This could be dangerous.
Let Wendy and Lost Boy stay here. We go investigate.
That is a good idea, great big little panther.
We will take this detour cautiously. Be ready to fight.
We want to come and fight too. I've got a deadly swing with my pan.
You'll do no such thing. If we are going to find you a mother and father when we arrive home, you have to be clean and presentable when we arrive.
We'll guard Wendy while you're gone.
Nothing could happen to us.
Come, we go see what's up.
Gee, now we gotta sit and wait for hours. I'm bored already.
I'm hungry all of a sudden.
Children, I'm afraid when we get home, you'll have to learn some proper manners. Maybe this would be a good time to start.
What are manners?
Things like don't slurp your soup.
And don't use your sleeve as a napkin.
And never blow your nose in public.
And don't laugh with your mouth full of milk. It sounds like a list of don't do this and don't do that.
But you don't want to act like a monkey in front of people, do you?
What's wrong with monkeys?
Nothing a bath, shave, and a proper education wouldn't cure. Now, when you meet someone, you ought to say, how do you do? I'm pleased to meet you.
How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you.
Very well. Now form a line and say it again. this time with a bow from the waist. How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you.
How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you.
Say it again and bow like you did before. How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you.
How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you.
Say it again. How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you. I didn't hear you. Oh my, I'm afraid we're not pleased to meet any of you. Well, Captain Hook, you certainly look dashing this evening.
But your one appears to be dashing.
Yes, well, we're leaving, so we won't be bothering you any longer. Come along, children.
Actually, I don't think you'd be going anywhere but to our ship. Am I right, man?
Well, now, that seems to be the plan, aye, Captain?
Well, what do you intend to do with us?
Wouldn't you like to know?
There's a nasty firefly again.
That's no firefly. That's Peter Pan's friend. And where is Pan?
I'll never tell you.
I'll find him one way or the other. Bring me the boy.
Wait, no, don't hurt him. I will tell you.
No.
You have to promise not to lay a hand or a hook on Peter.
I give you my word. I will not lay a hand or a hook on him.
He's in a cave at the far end of the lagoon.
Yes, of course. I should have known. Take them to the ship, man. Smee, you're with me. We have business to attend to.
What's the plan, Captain?
I'll tell you when we get there. Let's go.
Captain, I think this is it.
Smee, the captain always goes first.
So, what's the plan, Captain?
You scum! Can't you tell? I'm trying to be quiet.
I was only wondering what the plan was, Captain.
Wendy, is that you?
So, the Lost Boys have betrayed their conceited little leader. Now he lies at my mercy.
Kind of feel bad for him, man.
No, I feel no compassion.
But look at him.
The epitome of self-confidence, conceit, pure overwhelming conceit.
It might wake him.
I just feel I must put him out of his misery.
But you haven't told me.
I could run him through with my hook.
You promised Wendy you wouldn't, and I just washed that shirt.
True. I need a more... I don't know.
I have an apostrophe.
An epiphany.
However you say it, I was going to suggest that you could smother him with his pillow.
No, that would take some energy. I'm conserving my energy for the glorious welcome of a mother to our ship. I can just set this place ablaze.
But, Captain, there's not much here that can catch a flame.
I need a more subtle means of delivery. Oh, wait. Here's just the thing. Now, do I dump it down his mouth while he slumbers?
That's not very sportsmanlike, sir.
True. What might he be likely to drink?
For Peter Pan to be taken whenever Wendy says so.
Smee, you're a genius! A few drops in here and Peter Pan will breathe no more. It's a great day to be anybody. But Peter Pan.
Sleep tight and...
Wendy, is that you? If it is, I'm awfully sorry. I mean it. Tink, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be guiding Wendy and the Lost Boys back to her home. They've what? Wendy and the Lost Boys are captured? They've gone to the pirate ship? No, Tink, it doesn't serve her right. Wendy and the gang need help, and I'm the only one who can. But wait, I never took my medicine. Wendy would be so proud of me I remembered all on my own. What are you talking about? Hook was never here. He couldn't have poisoned the medicine. Leave me alone, Tink. I know what I'm doing. Come on, Tink. Now there's none left for me. Tink, what's wrong? Poison? Hook poisoned the medicine? And you drank it to save me? Tink. Tink. Oh, Tink, I'm so sorry. Wait a second. Fairies only die if you stop believing. Don't worry, Tink. I believe in you. I always will believe in you. Tink, you're back. Can you ever forgive me? You're right, though. Wendy and the gang need our help. Hook will pay for this. Let's go rescue them.
Yo ho ho, a pirate's life, the flag of skull and bones, a merry hour, a hempen rope, and hay for Davy Jones.
Yo ho ho, ye blimey dogs, we've got the pirate's prize. Peter Pan with Davy Jones, never more to ride.
No, no!
Yo ho ho, a pirate's...
The lady wishes to speak. Now, my dear, what was that?
Peter can't be
Dead, but he is.
But you promised.
Not lay a hand or a hook on him. And I have kept that promise.
Peter could outfight you, Hook.
It's Captain Hook, if you please.
And he could fly from you like a bullet.
That's what you think, lover.
Our captain's got brains.
And he knows how to use them.
Tis how he runs a tight ship. Right, mates?
Yeah!
Hi. Smee, have you gotten that sail mended yet?
Almost, Captain.
Good, as soon as you do, we set sail.
That's perfectly impossible.
And just why is that, my dear?
Because we've had enough of Neverland, and the children would like to be adopted.
Adopted? And who would even take a second look at these ragamuffins?
We can find homes for them, Mr. Hook, sir.
It's Captain Hook, and you will find homes for nobody. I'm going to see to it you all join Peter Pan at the bottom of the sea. Well, maybe not all of you. I have for 2 cabin boys who wants to join the crew.
Aye, aye, sir.
Aye, aye, son. That's the mark of a foreign cabin boy.
Michael, you mustn't.
You look like you got some pluck in you. And want to be a pirate, me hearty?
Yes, sir.
John, no.
What would you call me if I turned pirate?
How about Blackbeard Joe?
That's a fine name.
John, you can't.
But we don't want to end up like Peter.
But have you so little faith in Peter that you really think he's dead?
But the captain says so.
Well, maybe I'll pick you.
Would you, sir? I know how to swab the deck.
Oh, maybe you.
I can sharpen a sword with my teeth.
You want the job, boy?
What if I say no?
Mates, bring out the plank!
The plank?
A lovely view from the edge just before you drop into the sea.
It's okay, I can swim.
Not with your hands tied behind your back.
Mother, this changes things a bit.
No, it doesn't, Tootles. None of you must agree to join this pirate ship. For one thing, it's the filthiest ship I have ever seen. The portholes are so dirty, you can't see out them. And this deck, it hasn't been cleaned in a month of Sunday. And that sail, you would be dirty from head to toe.
We're used to that, Mother.
Well, I have a message from your real mothers. We hope that our children will die like English gentlemen.
I'm gonna do what my mother wants.
Me too. I'm gonna think about it.
Oh, I didn't tell you. You'll be becoming the mother to my crew.
We need them all. Somebody to wash behind our ears.
And mend our socks.
And read to us at night. Will you tuck us in too, Mother?
I should say not. I would rather die like an English gentleman than become a mother to such a gang of fools and ruffians.
It's Tinkerbell. What is it, Tink? Oh, no.
What Hook says is true.
Peter's dead. He took his medicine just like you wanted him to.
But it was full of poison.
You nasty man. I can't think of a more despicable coward than you, Captain Hook.
You make me blush.
What's that, Captain?
You tried to get big little pound on his people, didn't you?
Tight as a drum.
There's nobody it can be.
Maybe the wind's rushing through a crack in the window in the forecastle. But there ain't no wind here.
Go see Stucky.
Aye, I'll make quick work of whatever it is.
That's a good man. Whatever it is doesn't stand a chance in a million.
Starkey? Is that you? Starkey, what happened in there?
Go ahead, Starlight. Find out and bring us one.
I ain't going in there alone.
I give the orders here, you swine!
But I take him, and I ain't taking that one alone.
Noodles, go with them!
Why me? Why not me? I've got to finish this sail, or we won't be going anywhere.
Oh, sure. You always get out of work.
It looks like the pirates have turned chicken.
We'll make a fine Sunday dinner.
No sons of mine would be afraid of a little whistle.
Get in and find out what happened to your mate!
I don't really care, sir.
Ah, you cheats and cards.
Get in there before you walk the plank!
No!
I'll do this myself, and you better prepare to be skewered like the chicken you are. Here I come in. 1, 2, 3.
Glad I could make the party, Hook.
How can it be you?
Tink saved my life.
Maybe once, but not for a second time.
Do be careful, Peter.
We knew you were alive.
We never doubted for a second.
You're just like a cat, Peter.
You've got 10 lives. 9 lives. I just wanted to give him an extra life of love.
Which you need. You've had your fun, boy. I'm taking years off of mine. So I'm gonna have them all back on.
Fly, Peter.
I'll take this rat down in a fair fight or no fight at all. You can't do that!
Tell her mother.
Afraid she can't do nothing about it. I want to go home.
The only home you're gonna have is the deep blue sea.
Yeah! Blimey! It's great big little panther!
Greetings, wormy little pirates.
Want us to use them tomahawk weapons, Chief?
Make good targets.
Especially if they're moving.
Father, I think the pirates are probably pretty hungry. I make a huge birthday cake, and it's sitting in the middle of our village.
Birthday cake? I haven't had a birthday cake since the last birthday.
When was that?
When I was 7.
Oh, dear. You better go have a birthday then.
Can I too?
Of course you can.
We're waiting for me.
You lovers! Get back here, you rotten swine!
We'll help you in just a minute, Peter.
We've almost untied her, sir.
There won't be any need. We've had enough of this silly fighting. One of you two could have gotten hurt.
Do you want us to take Pirate Chief out in the hot sun?
I think that's a great idea.
I don't. We're just having a bit of fun.
Oh no!
Crocodile! He can't be on the Jolly Roger.
Oh no?
Get away from me, you old crock! You don't want another taste of me! I must get him back!
Sir Samurai, he tried to kill us all.
We weren't scared.
It was great fun. Now I'm awful tired.
Are we still going to get adopted?
Of course you are. Thank you, great big little panther, for your help.
And we thank Peter. He found us stuff inside logs on the way here.
Let's go get some of that birthday cake.
Goodbye, Wendy. Goodbye, boys.
And if you're ever in Neverland again, stop by and say how.
How?
Oh, Wendy, I'm so tired.
Me too. Being adventurous really wears you out.
I'm just going to sit and rest a bit.
Me too. I'm not going to sleep.
Peter, I believe it's time we went back to the nursery.
I don't see what's so great about having a mother anyway.
Peter, please take us home.
All right, fine. Take them home, Tink. And I don't care if I ever see you again, Wendy. Ever, ever, ever.
Yes, Tink, please take us home.
It's been 10 days, Nana. I wonder if we'll ever see them again. Oh, I know it wasn't your fault, but it would be lovely if I could see my babies just one last time.
Miss, are you still up?
You practically haven't slept since, well, for quite a few nights.
Has Mr. Darling retired?
Oh no, ma'am. He's sitting downstairs, staring into the fire, and mumbling it's all his fault.
Poor dear. If only Nana hadn't left the nursery that night.
Oh, Mrs. Darling, please forgive me.
It wasn't your fault, William. It must have been a cat or a mouse that lured Nana out of the room that night.
Oh, miss, I'd best come clean. I let Nana out that night because she was making such a racket.
Oh!
So you see, it's all my fault, and I'll never ever forgive myself.
Oh, William. How could you have?
I didn't think anything would happen.
Nana, stop it!
She was just like this the night the children left.
William, there's a strange cloud up there.
Why, indeed. If I didn't know better, I'd say it's a pirate ship.
A pirate ship?
Don't you see it, Mrs. Darling?
So that's it.
What's it?
I thought that's where they might have been.
Miss, you're not making a bit of sense.
But I am, William.
What's that now?
Now, William, there's nothing to fear.
All right, boys.
Get out of here, keep going.
Blimey, there's a crazy one
It's
here.
all right, William, it's all right.
He might slit all of our throats.
But he's just a boy, aren't you?
Toodle's my name. Are you my mother?
Oh, dear, I can be for a moment.
I knew I'd find you.
Ah, there's more.
I found my mother.
She's our mother, too.
Hi. You've been waiting a long time, man. I mean, mother.
They're crawling out of the woodwork.
Look here, ourselves a mother.
Are there more of you?
A couple more, but they've already got mothers.
Oh, I see.
Mother?
John! Michael!
You are our mother.
Of course I am, and you've come back to us.
You didn't think we'd stay away forever, did you?
Though it was great fun.
I know, Michael, I know.
We brought a few more mouths to feed.
Can they stay? Can they stay, please?
Well, we first have to ask your father.
Father, we're home.
And we've got a surprise for you.
Wendy will be home. She's probably having a look at the Great Pyramids beforehand. I'll go rescue Mr. Darling.
So the coast is clear. I was hoping it would be. That was a good idea sending Wendy off to see the Great Pyramids. She's the last one. So what if I'm selfish? I don't care. And you're just jealous. I want Wendy to be my mother forever and ever. When Wendy sees the window closed and locked, she'll know she's not wanted here, and she'll have to come back with me to Neverland. So what if I'm selfish? Wendy's going to have a much better time with me than she'll ever have here. Look at this place! All clean and fluffy. Books, drawing tables, board games. No dirt for anyone to have any proper fun in. No, Tink. Wendy's going to thank me for keeping her from growing up. She's coming! Hide!
Mother? John, Michael? Is anyone home? It's me, Wendy. Please let me in. I promise never to leave again. Please let me in. I want to grow up with John and Michael and all the rest.
No, you don't. You want to come with me to Neverland. You don't want to grow up. Never, ever, ever.
But, Peter Pan, I do want to grow up. We all have to, whether we like it or not.
I'll never grow up. Never, ever, ever.
But you can't stop anyone from growing up.
Who are you?
Mother, it's me.
Wendy, I knew you'd come home.
No, don't let her in.
But I must. She's my Wendy, and I'm glad she's come home.
Oh, Mother, can you ever forgive us? We simply lost track of time.
I know.
And where is Father?
Downstairs trying to learn the names of all our new mouths to feed.
Oh, it's not very hard. I'll go and help him.
Wendy! Will I ever see you again?
Oh, Peter, you know where I'll be, and I'll never forget you. Goodbye.
Oh, hush.
You can stay.
But then I'd have to make my bed and do homework. And there wouldn't be any Indians or pirates to play with.
I'm afraid not. We'll miss you. But I'd like to be your mother, too.
Oh, I got a mother. She's much nicer and much prettier, and she bakes better cookies. Goodbye.
It was good to see you again, Peter Pan.
Again? I've never met you. You've grown up, and I never, ever will.
I'd almost forgotten until I saw Hook's ship flying on the clouds.
You've grown up, and I never will. Never, ever, ever.
You'll be back, Peter Pan, and the window will always be open.
is it?